Welcome back to Live on Lakeside. I'm Larry Macon Jr., and it's time to reveal this week's Everyday Champion, and his name is Greg Jones. Greg is a rising star in our community, and he's known for his work with the Cuyahoga County, but he also leads a home for young adults transitioning into society called A Second Home for You. Welcome, Greg. Thanks for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Listen, now you own this organization. You're the executive director of A Second Home for You. Tell us a little bit about this organization.
Okay, Second Home for You. I actually came up with this theme of trying to create it where it would be more like a home, not a shelter. So A Second Home for You works with aged out foster youth. That's also I'm working with young men in general that is struggling trying to get back on their feet.
Wow.
So the young men basically, let's tackle the first group. The first group that I deal with is aged out foster youth. Once they turn 18, they basically have nowhere to stay. So now they're struggling trying to figure out where they're gonna live, how they're gonna go to school, how they're gonna work, and things on that nature. So what I did was I took a shelter and converted it over. This 40-room building basically can actually house up to 20 young men.
Wow.
So I have the ages of 18 up to 25. I'm very excited to have them stay there with me. And I'm also looking to have 2 mentors that's also going to be living in the building that also assist those young men.
Wow, so you assist them in basically starting off their adult lives.
Correct.
I mean, you're kind of bringing them into society in the right kind of way. What kind of services do you provide them?
So I have partnered up with quite a few people. Community College Tri-C has definitely been one of my great supporters, as well as Thomas County, as well as basically just neighborhood people that's actually coming by and seeing how they can help me and how I can help them. So some of the people that gets involved with me, we're working on turning around and getting some trades that's in there, those that know how to do carpentry, electrical, things on that nature. So I have partnered up with quite a few different people that's now hearing what I'm doing, and they want to take some of my young men, as they learn this trade, they can also get employed. So that's one service. Also, I have a tutoring service that I'm actually working on as well. So those attending college, they also can turn around and get some assistance there. So the thing about this, they must be doing something. This is more of, as you stated, getting them on their way, going into the adulthood. So the young men that stand with me, they must be working or in school or doing a trade.
Now that's amazing how you basically keep them busy. You're teaching them things, you're helping them get into society, and you're basically helping them find a job and find a place in society. So I think you're doing a great work. You also work for Northern Ohio Recovery Association. You're on the board there. Tell us a little bit about that before we go.
Correct. I'm actually the vice president over at NORA.
Okay.
And they actually, again, I like how the two have had kind of like partner up and did some things as far as something similar. NORA is basically dealing with those that's dealing with drug issues and things on that nature, especially young women that's struggling and they're seeming to trying to get themselves back again, back into society where they can actually turn around and be more productive.
Wow.
So I enjoy working with NORA. I have been there for some period of time now, as well as working with some of the policies and some of the events that we actually get involved with, and trying to launch and give back into society and working with some of our communities and stuff is getting off drugs.
Greg, we need some clones of you. We need more people like you in our society that are doing things like this. There's people in our community that could use your help. And so I just want you to, tell our viewers how they can find you.
Okay, well, it's a host of things that you can do to find me, ways rather. You can go through Facebook, you can go through Instagram, you can find me on LinkedIn. You can also find me on secondhomeforyou.org. That's my website. It also has a volunteer sheet on there that those that wants to turn around and get involved and volunteer, they can turn around and figure out what they want to volunteer in, check that box, and send that over to me. So it's a lot of ways to track me down.
Sounds good. Well, listen, I appreciate it, Greg. Thanks again for being on the show with us. You are a champion.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
At the end of the day, what I want to do is that I want to let you know that there's a champion out there, and you're a champion that I want to reach out to at some point. But before I go, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever received a gift card that you stored in a special place for so long that you forgot you had it? I've done that before, later to realize that it had an expiration date. And because I didn't use it, I lost the value that was attached to it. The same is true with your gifts and talents. We all have something unique inside of us that if we use it, it can take us to higher levels in life. Maybe you're a good singer. Maybe you're a good writer, a good leader of people. Maybe you're good with your hands or a creative thinker. Whatever your talent may be, I want to encourage you today to use it. Don't wait till tomorrow, because just like milk spoils when it's left out of the refrigerator, our talents and abilities can leave us if we don't use them and grow them and make the best use out of them. Just like that expiring gift card I talked about earlier. If you don't use it, you'll lose it, and you'll lose the value of it. So I don't know how many times people have come up to me on the street or at my local church or at the mall, sharing with me how they coulda, shoulda, or woulda. Well, this time, I need to tell you to put your gifts to good use today. Today, our guest is using his talents, and a world of opportunity is coming his way. And I want to see the same for you. So remember, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. So step up and step out into the unknown and see where it gets you. Well, that's my motivation for today. And I want to let you know that I need your thoughts. I want you to find me on social media. And also, I want you to send me your ideas. Let me know who you think should be next week's Everyday Champion. And so let's show that good things are happening in our community. I want to tell you today, Cleveland, rise up. We're live on Lakeside, and we'll be right back.